A festival dedicated to celebrating Canada's best musical talent is coming up in October. Erik Dickson joins me from Cicada Music and Arts Festival. This is an event for everyone, built on everything local. Erik, tell me a little bit about the history of Cicada Fest.
Yeah, sure. So Cicada Fest, and sort of its origin starts in the early 2000s. Tom Lepp lived in Port Dalhousie and St. Catharines and started this kind of community like barbecue neighborhood get together with bands. He was a big passionate music guy. And that ran for many years and moved to different locations in the neighborhood and in Niagara. And in 2017, Tom passed away. He had been diagnosed with prostate cancer. So in those last few years of his life, while they didn't run the festival, his three sons raised money for Movember, which is a prostate cancer mental health charity in Canada. And after he passed away, they decided they wanted to do something bigger, and so they brought this idea to a few of us who are now involved about doing Cicada Festival in a more formal way with larger touring acts and bringing it to more of a public space.
Now, speaking of acts, it's big acts. Tell me about some of the acts that'll be there.
Yeah, so this year we've got a 2-day festival, and on the Saturday it'll be Half Moon Run and Serena Ryder are our top two headliners, and then on the Sunday is Big Wreck and Death from Above 1979.
Now, Pat Stone is involved too. Pat Stone Mental Health Services, right?
Yeah, so we initially, the first couple of years of the festival, we looked to support Movember as the charity for the event. And over the course of the pandemic, when we didn't run the festival, we decided to shift that focus to a local charity, and especially with the focus on mental health. So we work closely now with Pathstone, and we look to raise money for their efforts in mental health in the region.
Now, it's a great local event, but you're really getting people to come from outside of the region too. You say that's about 60% of your estimation. 60% of people will come from outside of Niagara. Is that right?
Yeah. So I'd say it it varies year to year, but about half of our attendees are coming from at least a 50-kilometer distance and then farther.
Why would they travel?
I think the combination of artists is unique. These festivals, there are a handful of them in the province that happen through the summer and the fall. And for us, the combination of bands and artists that are playing can be a unique, draw for some folks, regardless of, maybe even a 2-3 hour drive.
Now, it's quite the deal. There's 3 stages and the music doesn't stop, right?
Yeah, so we run three stages across the festival site. The main 2 stages run consecutively, so they go back and forth, and there's a third sort of acoustic stage as well. And over the course of the 2 days, we have about 32 artists.
32 artists, that's big. And like you said, Half Moon Rising, Serena Ryder, 1979. Who else?
Big Wreck, Death from Above 1979. There's a few more, Born Ruffians, Andy Schaff, Lois the Low. It's quite a deep lineup, definitely lots to see.
Located on?
Henley Island in Port Dalhousie.
Okay, and there will be parking there and everything too?
Yeah, so we had a ton of parking on site, two different locations there, and then there's lots of parking in the neighborhood as well.
And you are looking forward to what act? Can you spill the beans?
Personally, Half Moon Run I saw a few months ago at another festival, and I hadn't seen them before, and genuinely fantastic live. Definitely sounds exactly like their recording, so they're one of the ones I'm looking forward to the most.
Now, is it lawn seats? Is it? Can you bring your chair? What does that look like?
Yeah, so it's we're in Henley Island Park, so people that are familiar with Henley for the rowing stuff will be in a slightly different location. You're not at the lower level looking at the race track. You're at the upper level in the park. It's it's a green area. There's lots of places to stand. People can definitely bring chairs with them if they want to sit, and that's pretty common.
And there'll be a bar there too, so if you want to take in some adult beverages?
So lots of local food trucks, a bar with both alcoholic and non-alcoholic stuff, and then a bunch of local retail vendors as well. Tons of stuff to take part in all day, even when you're not watching the bands.
October 5th, 6th, that's the Saturday and the Sunday, from noon to 11, and the music doesn't stop, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Erik, thanks so much,
Thank
and best of luck with Cicada Fest, and enjoy it.
Thanks so much.